Hello, this is Stan Dubin, and welcome to the Hiring Tips Podcast. The name of this tip is your hiring interview a one-way street? Our purpose in the hiring interview, of course, is to find out as much as we can from our applicant. And we normally do this by asking various questions about their experience and hard skills, and ideally, we take some time to inquire about their soft skills. Normally, this information is acquired through a one-way line of questioning. So let's broaden this out a bit. Find out what the applicant wants to know about you. Now, a good number of interviewers will do this, but the point of this hiring tip is to see just how far you can go with this approach. Instead of asking Alice, "What would you like to ask me about working here?" you might handle this a bit more directly. "Alice, I'm sure you have a list of questions about our company. Let's get started with those." You really do want Alice to ask away. The more questions she asks you, the more insight you'll gain. If Alice is not prepared to ask you anything, you could nudge her along with, "Well, I imagine you'd like to ask me about the company culture and what it's like to work with the staff here." Then just sit there silent and await her response. If you've mentioned pay but not in great detail, you could ask, "Did you want to ask about overtime or any off-hour requirements we may have?" Again, just ask and await an answer. Now, in Alice's defense, her lack of curiosity may simply be that she's accustomed to the interview being a one-way street. But she should want to know if the company is a good fit for her. She'll find out some of that from your questioning, but she'll find out considerably more if she's proactive in the interview. And the flip side of that is Alice indeed may have a shopping list of questions to ask. Let her ask away. The more back and forth you have, the more you'll learn. Thank you for listening. I'd like to ask a very big favor, and that is to head over to iTunes. And if you type in the phrase hiring tips, or even just the word hiring, you'll make your way to our podcast fairly quickly. And then if you could leave us a review of any kind, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the Hiring Tips Podcast. And one more big favor, let your friends and business associates know about our Hiring Tips Podcast. That would be exceptionally helpful and greatly appreciated. The Hiring Tips is brought to you by the Employee Testing Center. We have an employee testing service that will help you hire better staff. It's very accurate, easy to understand, and delightfully affordable. Watch our 3-minute video at getbetterstaff.com. That's getbetterstaff.com. Our podcast does not represent legal advice. Employment law can vary from state to state. So please consult an attorney familiar with the law that applies to the area where your business is located for any legal questions specific to your company.